This is a book review of Moms Eat First by Kathy Sullivan. Moms, can you relate to this scene from the movie, A Christmas Story? It is the scene where Ralphie's mom has just finished making dinner. She has dished up everyone's food and they're all eating, and she finally sits down to eat. Before her fork reaches her mouth, her husband asks for a second serving of cabbage. She gets it and sits back down to start eating, and Ralphie then asks for something. Then the voiceover of the adult Ralphie speaks. My mother hasn't had a hot meal for herself in 15 years. I think that scene sums up most mothers' lives, always putting the needs of others ahead of their own. In Moms Eat First by Kathy Sullivan, this book is about moms being aware of how often they put the needs of others ahead of their own, operating on autopilot, going through each day without prioritizing themselves and what is important to them. She starts out the book with 20 life lessons she has learned over the years, all of which are very relatable. I myself have learned many of these over the years, some multiple times. Then she goes on to list 5 key principles to prioritize yourself and create the change in life you desire. Some of the 20 life lessons I have learned multiple times over the years include set healthy boundaries, simplify decision making, watch your tongue, hold yourself accountable, focus on what is important, unplug regularly, and take care of your mind, body, and spirit, just to name a few. The 5 key principles in her book to prioritize yourself include reflection is the key to self-preservation. Rediscovering possibilities is essential to feeding your soul. It is never too late to reset priorities based on what is important to you. Amid adversity, you can reclaim power through choice. Peace prevails when you release what you can't control. So I'm going to go over these points or some of these points from these principles that I resonated with the most. So first principle, reflection is the key to self-preservation. The author stresses the importance of taking time to reflect and figure out what is important to you, what your values are, knowing your strengths, and areas of stumbling points in order to be able to set healthy boundaries, make time for yourself, and to know when you are operating in alignment. The second principle, rediscovering possibilities, is essential to feeding the soul. This principle is about looking at what is holding you back, which most always are limits we make up in our own minds. We get in our own way by the way we think and feel. We doubt ourselves. We focus on the obstacles. We fear judgment and what others think. We are not clear in what we want, who we are, and what is important to us. So we need to rediscover ourselves. The third principle is it is never too late to reset priorities based on what is important to you. It's doing the work of reflection and rediscovering yourself that sets this principle of resetting your priorities. This is about getting clear on what is important to you, what you value, and allows you to start creating healthy boundaries by starting anew, resetting. This means you will need to speak up, have conversations with others about what is important to you, what you need from them, and make choices that put you first. It's also about letting go of what does not serve you, what is not aligned with your values, and what is important. It's really important to reset yourself. The fourth principle is amid adversity, you can reclaim power through choice. This principle is about taking back control of your decision-making process and the choices you make. Not only do you have limiting thoughts of fear and doubt holding you back, but the author also lists the following common barriers that women have that keep them from achieving their potential and living life to its fullest. These barriers include guilt, comparison, resentment, the need for control, excessive deference, and time constraints. She goes on to describe how women can overcome these barriers by creating a new narrative, rewriting the story that we tell ourselves that keeps us stuck and unfulfilled. Lastly, principle number 5, peace prevails when you release what you can't control. This principle is about knowing what is in your control and what isn't, and letting go of what is not in your control. So let go of your own strict, laid out plan for yourself. The author had thought that she had her life all planned out. Get married at 27, have 3 kids, live a great life. She never envisioned ending up a single parent of 2 kids from 2 fathers and living a great life. It means letting go of controlling your kids, what you want them to do and who you want them to become. We cannot control outcomes. We can control how we teach our kids to be able to problem solve on their own. We need to let go of being involved in everything and doing everything for everyone else. We have to learn to say no. We need to let go of the belief that if you focus on yourself, other things will suffer. We have to remind ourselves of the oxygen mask rule on the airplane. Put your mask on first before assisting others. You stress yourself out more when you do more for others first before yourself. You can be more helpful, supportive, loving, present when you take care of yourself first. You can control your responses, your reactions, your attention, your focus, and your thoughts. You can change your mindset. You can change your thoughts, change how you feel, and change how you respond. With all these principles, the author provides a number of reflective questions and space for you to journal about them that will help you gain the clarity you need to recognize, proclaim, and take action towards living the life you desire. It is not merely a book of information. This book, Moms Eat First, is part workbook. It gives you the space to reflect, rediscover, reset, reclaim, and release what doesn't serve you and what will help you live the life you desire. Your job as a parent, according to the author, is to raise your children by guiding, teaching, loving, supporting, and building their confidence so they can figure things out independently and become productive members of society and leave a positive impact on generations to come. It's your job as a parent to become the best version of you that you can, so you can be the best example and role model for your kids. So moms, don't be like Ralphie's mom in A Christmas Story. Instead, moms, make sure you fill your cup or plate first. Moms, eat first.